Happy Monday. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday for you. Happy Wednesday for me because I am pre-recording this the week before because I have Press On Nail Boot Camp again on Monday. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have. I thought, okay, let me try this Press On Nail Boot Camp and see how this thing goes. Because I would have never thought in a million years that it would sell out like it does. It's sold out not once, but twice. So this will be my second time teaching, and I just scheduled another one for August. It is a great boot camp, by the way. If you're even thinking about another source of income, you need to be running to get to this August class, honey. I'm just taking the shine off of this. Today, we're going to talk about, well, let me back up. You know, y'all already know I use a lot of items from the craft store in my nails. It used to be all we had, y'all. And thank God technology for nails has come into the 21st century. I call it the nail industry has finally caught up with the craft industry. But there is something that I have used for ages and ages and eons that I get the prettiest design with, and I want to show y'all how to use that today. And the reason I don't show this on my public page is somebody would crucify me because I've used something from the craft store, when in all reality, child, they put everything in nails, marijuana, bugs, you name it. So if you can encapsulate that in nails, you can certainly use what I'm going to show you how to use today. Okay, this is what I call resist artwork. Resist. It's so easy to do, especially if you're not handy with a paintbrush. So first of all, let's get some white gel polish. And then we're going to matte top coat these. Hope y'all are having a good Monday. It is getting close to my vacation. Very close. And I can tell I need a little break. You can always tell, can't you? The undercurrent in your spirit feels the need for it. And now on this one, we'll do black. Come on. I need to sell myself out another white one because my white's getting so low in the bottle. Okay, let's pop these in and cure them, and then I'm going to put a matte top coat on. Okay, so these are all two-way glue pens from the craft store. I just had to replenish a bunch of mine because I use these things like crazy. I've never had the big one before, but when I shopped last week, they had this one. I haven't, you just simply pump it and it'll flow down into here. So I got this one. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Obviously not nails, but I keep a bunch of the other sizes because this one has this tip on it. But then these two, see the squeezy? The glue is blue. This is the little roller ball pen. So let's go ahead and prime one of these because this is the size I'm going to use today. Now, it's a two-way glue pen. Why is it two-way? Let me tell you why it's two-way first. If you use this when it's wet, in other words, this glue is going to be blue when it comes out, but it does dry clear. So when using it wet, you can draw some little squigglies, sprinkle some glitter into it, and when it dries, the glitter only sticks to where the glue has been. You see, you can buy giant sheets of foil, like nail foil, giant pieces at any craft store. They're in a roll. So long before foil hit the nail scene, honey, I was using this. So it's two-way as far as you can use it like that, or it is a repositionable glue for paper crafters. Basically, you can put a little spot of it down and let it dry on the back of a piece of paper, and then you can position that piece of paper over and over and over and over again. So we're going to give this a little squeeze right here, because this is a new one. There we go. So now if we let this dry, we could stick this paper down 100 times. It's going to act like the top of a sticky pad. But we're going to use this for something else. And these are uber cheap. But I think this is, what was this one? $2.99, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. But you can also get them at Michael's, or you can get them in a set of different sizes from Amazon. So let's get our nails out of the lamp. We're going to put some matte top coat down here. This is really good if you're not handy with a brush, you guys. Or if you're just not handy with foil. If foil is your pain in the patootie, this is such a beautiful way to use it. But you know what? All the nail industry knows how to do is all over foil and splotchy foil. They don't know about this secret yet because, again, I don't want to be crucified for using a craft product on a nail. And I'm sure somebody would let me have it. And you could do this with foil gel. But there again, I like the way this produces. So we're going to cure that matte top coat and we're going to come right back. So the next thing I have is my handy dandy trusty pencil, and then my gold leafing. Y'all see me use this all the time, honey. It's all from a craft store now. So I want to take me a little piece of this out of here because I'm going to use this first, and then I'll use some nail foil too. All right, first and foremost, here is white nail. Let's prime the surface. Y'all know what I mean when I say prime. We're just going to alcohol it a little bit. And my white actually had something in it right there. See that little? That's a good place for a crystal, honey. All right. So we're going to take a pencil. Now let's pretend this on a human hand, okay? We're going to make a horizon line. A horizon line is where the sky meets the land. And it doesn't even have to be straight. But a pencil works very well on a matte top coat. So there's about my horizon line, okay? Also, next thing we're gonna do is just do a little bit of mountains. So let's take care of that. Mountains are so easy to draw, up and down. And then this one will start about here, up a little bit higher, and down on this side. Oh. And then, between my mountains, I'm going to put a little sunrise in here. Boing, about right there. And then I'll probably do some sun rays. Boing, 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 boing. I'm just lightly penciling in where I want these. Make some longer, some shorter. How many is that? 4? Let's do one more. Now you guessed it. Guess what we're going to do? Every place we've penciled in, we're going to draw over top of with our pen. Oh, let's prime it first. Let's get the glue coming down in it. You always have to kind of do that little thing. And I like to make me a little pile of glue that I can just kind of work out of too as a palette sometimes. So now, my nail is not sticking on my tip holder. This is going to make me mess up, honey. Hold on, let me get me another one. Don't you hate that? Now, so now the glue is kind of tinted blue. Just go right over top. let's go over top of our mountains. Over top of this mountain. See how it's kind of just flowing out of that little roller ball there? Now let's do the sun, which I'm going to turn it upside down to do my sun. And then I'm going to do my little sun rays here. Now we want to let that dry till it goes clear. See how she's doing down here? And we'll come right back to it. Okay, so we're going to get our piece of gold leafing ready. We need a full sheet, not this big. We just need a sheet that's full enough for our nail, big enough to cover our nail. So that right there will do it. My glue is dry. I let it dry about 2 minutes. I know it's hard to see. You can see because it's kind of a little bit shiny. And now we're going to lay this foil over the whole entire nail. Now look, this is where, look, you can see the indention of my little mountains and everything under there. This is where, if you have your jar handy, you can collect your leftover bits and you've made your own little gold leafing. Let me get my tray because I want to save this. So what I do is I'm just pressing that into that glue. If your glue is not dry at this point, you run the risk of moving your glue around, okay? And I like to just kind of take me a little stiff brush here. And I just start brushing away that gold leafing, and it's only going to stick to where the glue is at. Yeah. Sometimes you'll get a stubborn piece like that one right there. There is no glue up there, but she got a little static electricity under her. And then I'll go in with my little manicure brush, and that'll help get that out of some of these little tight areas here. Just don't get too aggressive. You don't want to take it off the spots that it's supposed to be on. Just keep working it. Oh, there we go. Look. We got you, boo. Now we can take gel polish, we can take watercolor, we can take alcohol ink, we can use anything that is our preferred medium to color in with. So in my case, I'm going to use 3 gel polishes, 94, 97, and 5. Riding the Waves. 97 is Surfing Up Surf. And number 5 is Caring Too Much. And I need a little bit of clear. Oh, that's black, honey. Hold on. Here's my clear. This is just top coat. And I also need 00 brush. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of prime our brush in that top coat, but we don't want a lot of top coat in there. We're going to go into our blue just a teeny tiny bit, and we're going to paint right up to that. We're just going to color it in like this was a coloring book, right? Look, this mountain's in the back because this one comes over top of it here. So that the one in the front has to be lighter. Now I'm going to wipe off my brush, and just with clear top coat, that's the only thing I'm going to use now, I'm going to pull this paint down. We want to do all of our detail before we top coat this, basically. And 9 times out of 10, I have to really work in layers here. I can't get all of this on in one layer and get the depth that I want. Because, you know, gel at the end of the day, honey, and she'll just keep moving around. The longer that I sit here and play with this, it's still wet onto the nail, right? And actually, I want a little bit of a mountain range here on mine. So let me kind of go that direction. And now with clear top coat, I'm just going to pull that out this way. All right, and we'll cure that. While that's in the lamp, let's make another color. Let's take this pretty aqua, and we're going to put just a little spot of that blue in it. I don't want this, but I don't want that. I want somewhere in between, like they've had a baby. And that's what goes on this little front mountain range. This one. And she's going to kind of come this way too. Clear top coat. And pull it out. I'm going to freeze that real quick. And now we'll do the other side. And I really want to water this other side down. So a little paint with a lot of top coat. Right up next to there. And then straight paint right down here. Just feathered out into that. Let's cure it, and we're going to do a second layer on both of those. Okay, I have put a little bit of black into my paint. And we're making this whole side of this little mountain range darker so that the light hits it from this direction. And at this point, I'm just kind of tapping just to sort of give a little bit of a rougher texture to the mountain, because mountains aren't smooth, you know. Now we're going to take a little of that, a little of this, and we're going to darken up this side of this little mountain range. And right down in here, where the shadows wouldn't normally fall. A little bit of clear, and we'll just tap it out now, soften it up. There we go. And here we go. And let's soften this just a little over here too. That's pretty. Our mountains are done. Let's cure that. Now while those mountains are cooking, we gotta clean out our brush here because we don't want any residue of this blue up in our sunshine. And I need a little yellow. Number 59, taxi's waiting, and I'm gonna grab a touch of orange. I like this bright one, Orange You Proud. Okie dokie, let's go into our orange and yellow. And I want orange way close down here to the mountain. Now look, I'm not painting over that gold. Y'all see that? A little tiny touch of yellow right up in here. And then just let it blend together. Let's freeze that. I have such a little bit of gel paint on that tip, you guys. You can freeze it just for a few seconds and then you can darken it up in these parts where we're trying to get that shadow effect. That's beautiful. Look at that. Now, same thing. If you want to put some color up into here, you could, or at this point, you could just leave it like that. Let's cure that. While that cures, I'm going to pop a little bit of pink on here. I want some of that flamingo pink. Let me grab that one. You can see that even a teeny dot of this is too much because this is such a concentrated gel polish. And if you've not taken the plunge and got your Gotti collection, we have another Gotti Club starting June 1. So now we're going to take this pink and we're going to take a little orange and we're going to make a pinky orange. And I'm going to go right over top of this sun, right in there. Wipe off my brush, and now we're going to go with all clear. And we're going to blend this out. Honey, look how pretty that is. It's just a little touch of color. It's just a little bit. Now I'm going to go into straight yellow. Pull in a little bit of yellow here. Like glow from the sun, I guess we would call it. About like that. And this is done. Let's cure this and then we'll top coat it. Okay, I'm going to use the Gotti No Wipe Top Coat. And remember now, this has texture to it. See that? So we can't just brush on a thin layer of top coat or else it's going to be, our light line's going to be really wrinkly and bubbly. So I'm going to float a layer of top coat on. First of all, you see how wiggly those light lines are there? And then I'm going to grab just a tiny bit of top coat and we'll let that fall off the brush right in that one area. And just sit still. Just sit and wait for that to start to level out. It will. Now look at that light line, how straight. Yes, honey. And at this point, when it's straight all the way across, you have to keep turning your nail to look at it. Let's give it just another second to level out. And once it does, go ahead and cure that. Isn't this pretty with all the dimension that's in there? So nice. I hope you guys try this. See you soon. Bye-bye.